Hello, welcome to another episode of Finding My Fits at 40. I'm here for another episode with my favorite peeps.
That's us. We're his favorites.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time he's told us that, and it was on the air.
You're my favorite pod peeps. Let's be specific.
Wow, well, we got downgraded.
You already said it a different way, and that's kind of like an orally binding contract.
Yeah. That's Mike. That's Chrissy. We are here for another episode. I'm actually kind of excited about what we're chatting about today because it is an essential part of life for people.
We're going to talk ignored.
What's that? Yeah,
underappreciated.
We talk about it essentially. We're going to dive a little deep today into talking about sleep and aspects of it because we never talk about that. We always say you should get sleep, but what does that mean for everybody? How do people go about that? What are things that we don't even think about? We're just going to kind of chat about things that you probably don't even think about that you should think about more often when it comes to sleep. But in the meantime, I'm going to say hello, and this is right after Labor Day. Yes. Yeah. Recording right after Labor Day weekend. I had to check my watch again because it feels like it has been forever this time. There's always like 2 days that go by, and I'm like, it's been 7 weeks. I feel like I haven't seen what the world. Like when I'm really busy or something, and like 2 really busy days happen, and I feel like I lived a month. You know what I mean?
No.
I had a double. No, you don't have that problem.
I don't.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
So, what'd you do for the weekend?
I mostly did some cleanup after the hurricane.
Fun.
My roommate's brother came into town for a few days. And, I just sort of chilled and got a little
Video games, I'm assuming?
And played some video games.
What'd you play?
Yeah. I finished up Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
I know you don't. That's just, I was confused as to why you asked.
It's good that he asks you, though.
It really is.
Yeah.
It just
I like
shows
to
he
pretend
cares.
that I care.
It shows he cares. Yeah. But now that's beat, so I got to, focus on real life stuff this week.
Or the next video game, whatever comes first.
Well, I got to upgrade my Xbox because now all these newer games are coming out and you can't play them on the older series of Xbox.
Oh, you have the older Xbox.
I do.
They do so many of the renditions of the consoles.
Xbox is kind of weird like that. Yeah, because they had the Xbox One S and then the Xbox One X, and I had the One X, which is like the highest one of that tier, but now they have the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X.
Wear some phones, man.
Yeah. So obviously I want the Series X, but that's $500. I can just get the Series S for like $200-something.
Dang.
Yeah.
How complicated?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it, but I brought up the numbers.
I need to update my TV at this point, too, because the refresh rate isn't high enough for most HD movies or video games. So
well, obviously.
I've had that TV for like 10 years.
And that... I'm going to be... Never mind. I'm not even going to say... I was about to be so rude and be like, it's obviously so necessary, too. I just don't get video games the same way that I did.
It is, Victor.
I know, and it is for people. I know people that, like, literally, that's the last thing they do every day. Because, like, that's how they finish their day. They have to unwind with it. They, like... I have friends who they live by video games.
Yeah.
I just... Like, I did when I was younger. I mean, I'm going to date myself here, and I was playing Sega and Nintendo, and then we were, I think, then N64 was like the last big console that before, like...
Damn, bro, you gotta get hit with the times, man.
Yeah, right.
I had an Xbox. I played it for a little while. The 360. That was the
about
last.
to say 360.
Yeah, that was the last one that I owned. I still have it. It's sitting in my living room.
All right.
But I don't ever
Very
touch
retro.
it. Like, every now and then, I'm like, oh, I should sit down and play it. I'm like...
Man, you should play a new video game just to like rock your world about how great they've gotten.
So we had a roommate. We had somebody staying with us for a couple years back, and he had all the new. He was a video gamer and stuff, and I played with him, and I was just like, because now it's all online. You play against people, because I like Halo and that kind of thing. That's the kind of stuff that I used to play at.
Yeah.
And when you're playing against the series or the
campaign.
the campaign, that's the word. Sorry, thank you.
I got you, boo.
I have no idea what I was trying to say.
Thank you. I'm glad you did.
That's right.
Thanks,
I speak
Mike.
Victor. I've worked.
Yeah,
with
when you're doing
so
the campaign that's built into it, you can have it on whatever difficulty level you want to put it at. It's like, oh, this is fun. And then you play against 8-year-old kids now, and I'm like, this is not fun.
Yeah, and they rain shit on you.
Where's the difficulty settings for real life?
You take 3 steps, and then you're dead. And I'm like, easy mode, easy. Let's turn this down.
You got to be quicker than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody was in the Fortnite, and that was so huge for so long. I was like,
I tried playing that for a
let
little
me try
while.
Fortnite. This could be fun. It wasn't.
It was, and that's just how you die over and over and over again.
Over
I thought it was kind of fun. And
I'm like, I can't even learn how to play this game because I die so fast.
Yep.
That's when you dig in. I've watched some YouTube videos on how to build real quickly. You can set up your shelter, and then, it's fascinating stuff. But I had, there's too many 12-year-olds out there that are playing it nonstop. I'm like, this I literally cannot keep up
And
with.
I have so many other things that I'd rather invest that time
of course.
into now.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I've gotten to with video games is like, I enjoy the idea of them. But I also now I'm like, I could play video games for 2 hours, or I would rather just be on social media for 2 hours. It's more entertaining for me at this point.
See, I find video games to be like, if I'm going to watch TV or waste time anyways, quote unquote, like your quality time can be your quality time. You've got everything else done, and you feel fine sitting down to either watch TV or play some video games, which, don't get me wrong, I like both. But that's just a way for me to kind of let my brain unwind and get after it. And video games, instead of just sitting watching TV, are actively problem solving, working on hand-eye coordination. So I feel like there's a little bit more benefit to a video game than...
Oh, that's cute.
Thanks.
I enjoy video games, and I do them very infrequently. So it's like if I happen to have an evening where maybe Aaron's not home or something, and I have a couple hours, then I'll play, but it's not every week. It's just whenever I have the time.
Yeah, see,
I don't play every day either. It has to be that dedicated time for me to be, all right, I could sit down here and waste a couple hours.
That. And I'm not trying to bash it at all. But for me, it's turned in, mostly where I stopped doing it was because I'm like, oh, I have 2 hours. I'm like, I'm going to play my guitar. And that's how I got better at guitar, because I was like, I should dedicate the time that I was putting into this, because this is the thing that
that's one thing that is frustrating about video games is like, man, I could be spending this time maybe improving a skill that might be more useful than like just getting good at this game. That's not going to get me anywhere.
So I use that to balance out, because I have my home gym and things there. Like I'll beat a mission or play around or do whatever, and then I'll take a break and go kind of do something. But coming back and forth helps my ADHD brain, because like I'm doing different things.
So I read this thing forever ago, just talking about this was the other reason that I had stopped video games, is because I don't even remember where I read it. I don't remember, but video games give you a false sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
And so it keeps you from working harder at other things because you feel accomplished because you beat a video game.
That's absurd.
And so I'm just saying, this is something that I had read, and I thought about it, and I was like, that is kind of true, because like you get this feeling of achievement of winning, and you didn't really achieve or do any. You played a video game. Yeah. Yes, you did good at that video game, and now you can actually make a world.
That was just like Pokemon Go,
games.
right? It's like Pokemon Go got so big, and people were playing it all the time, and they were like so invested in it. And I was like, all right, man. At the end of the day, though, like these are all just digital made up things. You know what I mean? You haven't actually
accomplished anything.
You haven't actually accomplished anything. And I was like, I'm very guilty of it. Granted, when I was playing it, I was literally sitting in a cubicle in my office. So like, fuck it. At that point, I was getting paid to play this game. But you know what I mean? Like, it was like, it's kind of like that. But it gives you happiness. And it's fun, and you do it with your friends, and like I'm kind of here for that.
I think that's where the balance comes in. If you've let your brain go down the path of this is success, and I've really accomplished something. I've never gotten up from a video game and been like,
I don't think
well,
that's for
shit, my life's complete. No, I don't.
But I
noticed
generally
it for me,
feel like it's over, and then I'm sad.
When I stopped doing it, though, I did notice that like I was like, I still crave that feeling of accomplishment, so I'm going to actually work for something that matters.
Right.
And then so I did notice that for me that made a difference for me. I'm not saying that's for everybody.
I think the sense of accomplishment is always going to be greater when it's in real life than it is in a video game. So I mean I can see how you logically came to that conclusion and an introspective comparison.
I don't even know, like I said, where that had come from. It was like literally like 12, 15 years ago that I read that or something. So, but it really did make a difference for me. But I understand. But now, like, I've been out of the video game thing so long that I'm too competitive to get into it now.
You're like, I'm going to fucking suck.
And I've tried. Video games that I was, like, okay at, I've tried to play. And I'm like, I can't even beat the computer now. I can't do this. I can't. I'm just out. I'm out on this.
I've tried to play old games. Like, have you played Punch-Out? Remember Punch-Out?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking hard now.
It was always so hard.
Oh, my God. I cannot get past the first guy.
Have you ever beaten Punch-Out? Nobody's ever beaten Punch-Out. Nobody's ever beaten Mike Tyson. I believe that.
I don't remember if we were beat it or not, but I know we got further than the first guy.
Yeah.
Glass Joe? Wasn't it the first guy?
Yeah, some guy. I was like, man, you get past him. And
more like tempered Glass Joe, am I
right? Victor, what did you do this weekend for Labor Day?
I worked.
Cool.
You
Monday.
labored on Labor Day.
I labored. I had a gig.
Labored.
Yeah.
I think that's like not what you're supposed to do.
Right.
I mean, somebody has to work for the people that are on vacation.
I mean, that's when you record a video ahead of time and project that onto a screen.
Yo, if I could do that,
speakers.
that would be so awesome.
That would be cool.
That would be so much fun. Yeah. So I played a gig there. Sunday, got to spend some time. The kids had a bunch of stuff going on this weekend, so I got to see them a little bit here and there. They got to do fun stuff like go to see Paw Patrol live. Woo!
Whoa, Paw Patrol live.
Right. Yeah, Dad did not go to that.
That sounds like real life torture.
Yes, correct. Indeed it does.
Yeah.
What about you, Chrissy? What was your weekend like?
I had a fun weekend. My cousin came to town. My cousin's like my favorite human, and we grew up together. So like,
did you find a little offense in that, Mike? While she's sitting right in front of us, a little bit.
Sorry, guys.
At least she didn't try and take it back.
I didn't take backsies. It's true. We just grew up together, and we are like connected at the brain. So she was in town, and we just hung out and ate a lot of food, and it was super fun. And also, like right before she came to town, so up at work at Bogey's, we had been seeing this little disheveled kitten like running around. There's a lot of stray cats in Savannah, so it's like not particularly newsworthy for there to be a cat, Mm-hmm. And we had a really weird encounter with this cat because Sage, our manager, she pulled me aside and she was like, "Hey, I threw something in the dumpster and like something hissed at me," and I was like, "Oh, that's weird." And so I go over
that's
there,
just the dumpster.
and like I throw a box in there, and I was like, "Oh man, that is a loud, angry hiss."
It's a dumpster troll.
And then I also heard like a little meow, and I was like, "Did I just hear a meow?" It's like I look in there, and there's this like grown ass, big ass raccoon, and it's on top of this little tiny kitty.
Oh,
I know. And I'm like, "Geez, what are we gonna do here?" I'm like, "I'm not prepared for this particular scenario." And so we ended up. I put a piece of wood in there. At first I just thought it was a raccoon, and then I later saw the kitty. But I put a piece of wood in there, and I like touched the raccoon with it, and he was like big mad. And I was like, "Oh,
they don't like that."
They don't like that, yeah. So we put a couple pieces of wood in there as like ramps to get out, and then Aaron got a stool and put it behind the dumpster, and he used like one of the skimming nets for the ponds that we have on a long pole, and like kind of got the raccoon onto the wood and like chased it out, and like chased it away. And the little kitty's just like laying in the corner, and I'm like, man, this little kitty's probably all fucked up. And he scoops it out with the net, and I'm thinking it's going to be dead. And it just like jumped out, and like it was scared and exhausted, but it was not injured, which was weird.
All right.
It's like I don't know what this raccoon was doing to this kitty, or
it
what.
might have been taking care of it.
Maybe or trying to, or something.
Yeah,
protecting it. And that's why I was hissing.
Let me show you my garbage ways, little kitten.
Super
but
weird.
But the cat probably didn't know that.
The cat was terrified.
Right. Yeah.
So it ran away, and we had been seeing it, and he was real disheveled. And then a couple days later, Marsha was up there, and she was like, "Hey, this little kitty is like," he came pretty close to me, and he ate some of my chicken that I had. And I was like, "That's weird." So I took a trap up there. This whole time I'm thinking this is a feral cat. So I trapped this cat in like 10 minutes. And it's Friday afternoon of Labor Day weekend. So basically I'm stuck with this cat for the whole Labor Day weekend. So I bring him home, and I like...
You say stuck like you don't love all animals.
Right.
I mean,
I'm
like so stuck with this animal.
It was a happy stuck, but like I'm really like not trying to have another cat. I already have 2 cats.
Ooh.
And they just take up a lot of my, you know, Fat Cat Mike.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
He doesn't like other cats.
No.
He barely tolerates my other cat. So he's a gym kitty right now. He's living in a dog kennel, a cage thing, so he has like a litter box and food and stuff and a little space to lay down in my gym. And I'm like, the whole time I think he's feral. So I have like Aaron's like welding gloves on and anytime I have to do anything, because I'm like, man, I want this fucking cat to go after me. And then finally, like, a couple days ago, I was like, I'm just going to see if this cat's going to attack me. So I just stick my hand in there, and he just sniffs it, and he immediately starts rubbing on my hand, and I'm like, oh, you're not a feral kitty at all. He's like a love bucket. All he wants is for you to pet him. And I was like, well, I feel terrible. And I have been treating you like a feral kitty.
I mean, you can't feel bad about it. The fact that you're
small. He's just so skinny. And Mike, he looks like a literal dumpster kitty.
Aww.
He's got like no hair on his neck. I think from the raccoon. I think the raccoon was like licking the ever-living shit out of this cat's neck.
Okay.
And then he has like scrappy little tail, hair. He's just super disheveled, but so cute and so sweet. So he's hanging out in there, and I'm working with One Love to get him all vetted and everything, and then hopefully adopted. So if anyone needs a little dumpster kitty who's sweet as pie, I have one.
Yeah, and we ship.
Yes, that's right.
Right? Is that just dry ice?
Yeah, just put holes.
Yeah, I think dry ice.
And
Right.
put holes in the thing. Yeah.
Cryogenic shipping.
I mean, you can't feel bad about that. Like, you got to take
I
it.
know.
Like,
I did. I was like, man.
Imagine you don't take that precaution
Right, yeah.
and then get tore up. You're like,
I was
oh, it looks so lovely. Ah!
Yeah, but also imagine you don't take that precaution, you immediately get loved.
Yeah, I missed many days of love.
Right.
That's really what it was.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, always err on the side of love.
But he's
except
so
if it has
freaking
claws.
cute. He's so sweet. And I felt so someone dumped him there. I took him to see if he had a chip. He didn't have a chip. I posted everywhere to see if anyone lost him.
So I'm maybe a little confused by this.
Yeah.
Feral cats don't want love?
Feral cats generally are like cats who are out there. They're generally doing okay. They know how to like catch things and kill things and provide for themselves.
Even if they're like teeny baby, like little teeny cats?
Well,
like
generally a feral cat was born in the outside and raised in the outside and learned how to be an outside cat.
Yeah, the outside is outside of your house.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. No, but
So generally feral cats are not going to approach humans. They're stray cats will, and cats in colonies will because they have learned human equals food.
Right.
You know, but
they
like,
have learned to hunt humans as packs.
basically, yeah. They're like, oh, sucker. But this little kitty did not have another kitty, so it was just him. And you can just tell that he had to have people before. He meows at you, which, like, I don't know how true this is, but I was reading that cats don't meow at each other. They only meow at people.
Interesting.
They learn to meow at people. And I'm like, is that true? Do they not meow at their moms? I don't know. If there's
Yeah,
any
that
truth to
doesn't sound
but
right to me.
That's just what I read.
Because
No idea.
right after they're born, aren't they meowing at their mom?
I don't know. I've never had a little tiny kitty like that.
I feel like I've seen that in videos.
Don't look at me.
No, I have no idea.
This is a very cute story.
Yeah, my little dumpster kitty. I've been
I am
calling him
just out on
Rocket.
cats in
I call him
general,
Rocket because of Rocket Raccoon. He's a little raccoon dumpster kitty. His
Nice.
name's Rocket. He's
All right,
cute as
I like
hell.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Little man. Little kitty. Anybody needs a kitty? I got one.
All right.
Hit me up.
A dumpster kitty.
You know, cats like to sleep. Boom, full circle. We're talking about sleep today.
That's true, Michael. They do. They sleep like a lot of hours a day. They have their lives figured out.
Yeah, but aren't cats nocturnal? Are they usually
They're
awake?
diurnal.
Your
There
what
you
hurts?
go. They are.
What is
Yeah.
I've never even heard that word before. What does that
Die
mean?
is Latin for two. And urnal it's like an urn and it's dark in there. So two urns, that's what cats are.
so much clearer now.
Yeah.
So much.
Glad you cleared that up, Mike.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I don't. The exact definition of that is basically that they operate early and late or something.
Or just during the night or during the
the
day.
day,
They can
yeah.
choose. Deer are also diurnal.
I think lots of animals are, but yeah, my cats like to like. I mean, they fucking sleep all the time. I swear.
Yeah, oh yeah. Or
But-
they just want us to think that. Because down to scale, a cat is the exact same as a tiger.
Dude, they really are. It's so
Yeah.
interesting to watch the little movements.
Nature's most lethal hunters, except the dragonfly. The dragonfly has like a 97% kill rate.
Damn, really?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, yeah. Very impressive.
What do they kill? Bugs? Other bugs?
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
So wait, you know that they have a 97% kill rate, but not what they kill? Why do you
Yeah,
know
like
that
what if it's
random
something
stat?
really easy to kill?
Yeah, what if it's like a slug? Like they can kill all the slugs. They got them all. I would have a 90% kill rate on slugs.
I said 97. And they are aerial fighters, so they're killing other flying insects.
Mid-air?
Probably.
Wow.
Probably. Don't Google that.
Nature's perfect
just-
hunter.
I watched a recent video on Random about AI, and they've like created. Basically, it was like a fighter pilot, an AI fighter pilot, and it's like so good. Like they're the best fighter pilot they could find.
Didn't we have a movie about this? That was Stealth with.
Yeah, but this isn't a movie. This is IRL. They have created the AI.
They've really already done this.
Yeah, in it doesn't, it's not flying around. This is like he's doing a simulator.
Oh, gotcha.
But in the simulator, I mean, I'm sure they could make it fly around. It probably would be a bad idea. Yeah, like he couldn't even compete at all. It killed him 10 times in a row.
Oh my god.
I was like, holy shit, because it just learns.
Is this a Captain Kirk scenario though, where like the AI just can like fuck up the software inside and just go outside of the?
Well, maybe.
What?
You remember when Captain Kirk?
No, I never watched it.
You didn't watch the new Star Wars movies?
I didn't watch any.
Do you
of
mean
the
Star Trek
Wars.
when you keep saying Captain Kirk?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Star Trek. That's right.
Didn't
You
I
said
say Star Trek?
Wars.
No, you said Star Wars.
Yeah.
I said Star Trek, and they're in space, so there's wars. There's Star Wars.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
got
Star
that.
Trek.
Oh.
He just spoke so
That's
quickly
what I
that it just
said.
sounded like Star Wars.
Right.
Is what it was.
Right,
Got it.
right,
Got it.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, the AI hacked the program, and it cheated.
Yeah, that was like with Where it was like the training program that we're talking about?
Yeah.
I thought, what's his face hacked it?
Spock. Chris Pine. No. Spock is the one who wrote that program.
It, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he got real upset about that.
He did get mad.
In an unemotional way because...
Right, because he's Spock.
He's Spock, right.
He tried to really hide his emotions.
He did.
His little half-human emotions. He's fine.
Right, and you know who else likes sleep? Spock.
Probably. Anyway, Victor, tell us about some sleep.
I'm like blank. You guys are talking about all this stuff. Like I'm out on
You're
it.
You're doing great.
So let's bring it back to what we were going to talk about because I am very excited to talk about this. We talk about sleep all the time about how important it is. Let's quickly. I don't want to say too quickly because
we don't know how to do anything quickly.
I was
but go ahead.
Mike doesn't really know what quickly means. But what are the reasons that we need sleep? What makes sleep so important, Mike?
Well, if you don't sleep, you'll go insane and die.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to
not sleep like at all? Yeah, but that takes a while. That's not like an instant
it does take
thing.
a while.
How long can I not sleep before I go insane?
I think everybody's a little bit different.
I feel like I'm not going to make it
But after
very
about
long.
like 3-ish days, I think people will start hallucinating.
I honestly had to stay up kind of a long period of time for our flight to Vegas, and I had a headache from hell. I was like, I'm gonna die, and I didn't. I won't make it. In that torture scenario.
That was a form of torture.
It was
sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
They also do that in. I mean, I had to go through that a bit in rescue swimmer school. Any elite force in the military, they go through sleep deprivation shit, and you have to learn to push on and still function. And that way, it's not as much of a surprise or as debilitating to you.
I was watching Rogan. I say watch because it was a video.
Good. There's a lot of science that comes out of there, so continue.
He had a sleep specialist on.
I'm sure he did.
And he was saying that the minimum amount of hours that a human being needs in order to not affect their cognitive function. Do you think you know what it is?
Like a night? We're talking about per night?
Yeah, per night.
6 or 7.
3. Really?
It's 6 hours.
Damn.
If you sleep less than 6 hours, no matter who you think you are, be like, I'm functional in 4 hours. I'm great. Your cognitive function has been affected. You are not as efficient.
Somewhat affected. I'm not going to die.
No.
Okay.
But in order,
you'll probably still be able to do okay. We're talking. It's a percentage game.
Honestly, I'm not happy unless I have 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
I can't even sleep. Like I
didn't get 8
I got
last
to sleep
night, by the way.
in the other day. I tried to sleep in the other day. I can't do it in one shot for me right now. I don't know
You're diurnal.
Myself.
You need to just get up in the middle of the night when your body stops you from sleeping. Give yourself permission to kind of be up and about. Do something that's not related to looking at an LED screen.
Good
and
idea.
then whenever you're ready, get back to sleep. Like I feel like a lot of people end up fighting that so much that they'll spend 3-4 hours just rolling around in bed trying to find that perfect position, or like I should just get up, or I just kind of want to do this.
It's not nighttime that is happening. I mean, now I think it's because I'm trained because of the kids to get up.
Oh, you're definitely trained. Kids will ruin your life.
Check. Just kidding. I love my children. But I definitely will get up around then, and then I've gotten up.
Yeah.
I've started doing this now that they're back in school. Gotten up with them, get them to school. I usually take my son to school. My wife takes my daughter to school. Typically, it's earlier than that. And then I'll take my son to school, and then I'll come back and be like, they're in school for the next couple hours. I'm going to lay back down and sleep for a little bit. And I stopped trying to feel bad about it because I never would do that. Because I was like, I have so much to get done. And so I've done it a couple times. I'm like, if I do this twice a week and get all this extra sleep that I'm not getting at nighttime because I can't get I've tried. Last night, I was like, all right, 10 o'clock, I'm going to go to bed. And then I was like, let me do this one thing. That one thing, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, son of a beach.
No, and I often have to force myself to go to bed because I know, one, I'm going to regret it in the morning if I don't. I am trying to stay on somewhat of a schedule-ish. And I guess that's it. All I had was one.
I pretty much have to make us go to bed. If it's up to Aaron, we'll stay up till fucking 3-something in the morning every single day.
That's how I don't even intend it. Like I had full positive intentions to go to bed early, and it just didn't happen. So I finally, I'm like, I yawned, and I went, wait, what time? Oh, son of a, it's 2 o'clock. And
I haven't played any video games.
I don't play video games.
Dude, my early 20s were I literally lived off of naps. Like I would stay up super fucking late, catch a few hours of sleep, go work a whole
That's why people in their 20s are crazy.
Come home, catch a few hours of sleep, and then like go back out. Like that's how I operated.
I'm amazed at this point in my life how excited I am for sleep.
I love sleeping.
I'm super excited when it's coming up, especially with my new pillow system.
I was going to say, so what things about sleep get you excited? Because there are so many things. This is what I want to talk about. So we talk about the necessity and the hours and this and then. Everybody can bring that up. But what affects your quality of sleep? What things are part of that? And we don't think about that. Everybody's like, oh, I need to sleep. Okay, but there's things that affect all of that, like your pillow, your mattress, your blanket.
Your sleep hygiene routine.
Yeah, all the routine. Like all of these things matter in all of these, like what you're wearing. Like all of that stuff matters in the quality of sleep that you get.
There's probably also something to be said about like stopping screen time. I don't abide by that.
I don't
fucking at all, but I bet there's some advantage to disconnecting from the screens.
I've noticed it personally.
Yeah.
Because, speaking of sleep, big old yawn there.
Are we in your nap time right now?
I know. Talking about sleep is making me tired, man. I'm just saying.
Feel it.
So we are in my nap time right now. So I've noticed a difference. I've tried to turn my phone off and just set it down, and then usually I'm like, oh, cool, I'm going right to sleep. Out. As opposed to be like, whoa, as soon as I'll fall asleep, I'll mess around on my phone. Blah,
I mean,
blah,
I
blah.
don't do that, but like, I watch TV until I'm like, okay, it's time to go to
bed. That's what I mean. I do that with my phone.
And then it's like, okay, then I go to bed. I don't try not to scroll on my phone at all when I'm in bed. I
don't either.
Put the phone away.
I don't really like to prescribe to the idea of a TV in the bedroom. We
have one. We don't use it.
We didn't have one in our. What did you just say? To watch TV until
just until she wants to go to bed. And then I get up off the couch, and then I go start my sleep routine.
Well, because I know a lot of people that watch TV in their bed.
Yeah.
And I know people that like they can't sleep without the TV running.
Oh, I cannot. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know.
That's
nuts. Why is that different? Because we talked about before about noises. That's another thing that people need sometimes.
I need lots of white noise. I don't want
noise
TV
that's
noise.
Create a consistent
I want
pattern
a consistent
or intonation or words that your brain can recognize.
Yeah, that covers the sound of other bullshit happening, like the people who empty the dumpster at 4 a.m. right outside my window. Like, go fucking kill yourselves. Yeah, but I don't want the TV. The TV is lights. It's flashy. It's inconsistent amounts of light, and it's inconsistent amounts of sound. I don't like that at all.
So
also, I've read.
Trying to force that on her, Victor.
I've read, Victor, that there's something about watching TV in bed. It, like, makes your brain associate bed with
not
watching
sleep.
TV, and instead of associating it with
thing. I've heard that about lots of things. Even reading, like anything you do, you're not supposed to do any activities while you're in bed because then you need to make the bed just about sleeping.
Interesting.
And that should be the only thing that you do in that bed, so your brain's like, oh, we're in bed.
Well,
time to sleep.
Sometimes reading makes me sleepy.
Also, there's other activities.
That's true, Michael.
Right.
Good sub.
I have no idea what you're talking
There's always
about,
some
What are you trying to say? I mean, what? Huh?
Coitus.
Coitus. True, Michael.
As the Latins say.
A good counter argument. So I think sleep routine, like your sleep hygiene routine, is important. I don't know if boys really do a good job of this, but
jumping a hell of a conclusion there. You're right.
Shots
you didn't
fired.
have to say it.
Yeah, I just have a feeling, yeah, right? Like you have your whole little routine of whatever that is that you do every night before bed where, wash your face, brush your teeth, take your contacts out, whatever your whole routine is.
Do people actually wash their face? Do you
I
wash your
literally have a whole routine.
face? Do you?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Told you boys don't do shit.
I'll usually put on some sort of a moisturizer or something.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Well, I'll be 43 this year, I gotta start taking care of your skin.
So let's go through. What is your
My
nighttime?
routine?
Yeah, what is your nighttime routine?
My routine's a little convoluted.
This sounds wild. I'm very intrigued.
What do you mean you don't just say I'm going to bed and crawl right in?
No, I don't do that. I don't do
right.
that.
I mean, I put my phone down. That's routine. Right?
That's
First,
part
I
of a
eat my
routine.
gummy vitamins.
Ooh.
That's step one.
Okay.
It makes going to bed a little bit fun because I
get
get
that,
vitamins before bed.
Little
So,
dopamine response.
A little dopamine hit right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a little night snack. Little
you
midnight snack.
too.
And then I wash my hands and take my contacts out. Step one. And then sometimes I will remove the makeup on my eyeballs. That's the next step.
Yeah.
Then I wash my face. And then I brush my teeth. And then I go through my series of face products, which is sometimes like acne stuff, moisturizer, those things. And then I think I just tinkle and go to bed.
Oh, all right. You don't brush your hair 100 times?
I don't brush my hair 100 times. Fuck, I barely brush my hair ever. I brushed it today for like the first time this week.
Nice.
Yeah, I had to braid it.
It looked very brush-worthy.
I brushed it. Yeah. But, your little steps of what you're going to do before bed.
Do you wear makeup every day?
Generally, I wear sunscreen every day.
Really?
On my face, absolutely. Don't miss a beat. Sunscreen on my
why?
face.
Help you age slower.
Because the sun is mean to your skin.
Yeah. So mean.
It's so mean to your skin. So I wear sunscreen at least every single day. I don't have a huge makeup routine. It takes me like 3 minutes to do my makeup quotes.
Well, I'm just curious because I mean, that fascinates me too. The idea of makeup, just the idea of of women having feeling the need and also just doing makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling the need?
The need for speed?
Yeah, because like I don't feel like everybody women are beautiful. In
I
general.
think that guys
I'm
don't
not trying
generally
to be like a jerk, but like I'm not trying to be like that. Women are so beautiful and empowered. But no, women are beautiful, and so like the fact that we've set it up that they feel the need.
I know it is really lame, but it's just
that
part
they
of
have
it.
to have makeup on.
All right, hold on.
Okay, Michael, hit us.
Yeah,
I don't. Well, who's the we that is making them feel like they need to do that?
Society, yeah. I would agree.
Maybe.
See, Chrissy
but
gets it.
I feel like there's I've met plenty of women who seem real happy to just do it up, and that's just they won't go anywhere without doing
but
it.
Yeah,
why?
it's what gives them joy. I don't know. Yeah.
Right, because it gives them that leg up. And I've seen also some stuff online where you take a truly hideous specimen.
Man, people can do some things with
Oh
makeup.
my God.
y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
and I get that.
And
So
when I
that's
say
what I'm
hideous,
saying.
I'm not like, oh, this poor unattractive woman. Like
That's exactly what you just said.
I know how it came out, but the video I'm watching, didn't have teeth
Like
in,
busted. Like
and
busted.
was older, not good skin,
Yeah.
everything going against, and then the prosthetic goes in, the makeup gets done in stages, and eyes are drawn out, and
Layers
contours are
and-
put
yeah.
in, and this is somebody that you would definitely hit on if they're out and about.
I super appreciate there's some women that are very good at makeup,
Yeah.
and they can literally make themselves look like other people. Like they can change using
Yeah.
contour. Literal, the structure of their face, it looks totally
It's just
different.
the female version
very
of
impressive.
Jason Bourne.
Yeah, very impressive. I have absolutely zero of those skills. Don't ask me to do your makeup.
I do. I prefer the more understated.
Wait, you do have those skills?
Do I have those skills?
You just said I do.
He said he did. Yeah, it did sound like you had those skills.
Yeah.
But you don't, Michael. Just to
What?
be clear,
No,
everyone,
I
Michael
don't.
cannot do your makeup.
When women do makeup, I prefer more of an understated where you're
subtle
actually
look.
tagging on to your natural beauty at that point. And don't get me wrong, I think there's a time and a place to
Do it
really
up.
stack it on and
Do
do
it up.
a look.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm saying that statement right there is exactly why I'm saying they feel the need, because they're not, for the most part, women are not doing makeup for themselves because you can't see your own face
Oh, that's
for
horseshit.
99% of the day.
No,
It's
they
not
are
about seeing it. It's about, I think, the way that it makes you feel.
Correct.
Yeah, because it's
it's
about
putting
appearance.
on that mask and doing that appearance.
Yeah,
but how
because
is that
it's
any
not
different?
appearance for themselves? That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
it's appearance for somebody else to appreciate it, so that makes
So that they
they're
then
doing
feel
it for
good about
yes,
it. Yeah.
but they're doing it for the
Or
other
to hide
people
what
to
they consider
appreciate
to be
it, so they can
flaws
feel
or-
good about
But
it. And I think that kind of sucks.
How is
to
it
feel
different
that
than a
every day.
male, trimming up the beard line and making sure that their head is
'Cause I have
shaved
to eat
every
food
other
and the
day,
beard gets in my
or,
way if
or
I let it get
working
too
out
long.
or buying
That's
the
why I
right
trim it.
clothes. There's sides on both sides, and I think everybody should be trying to take care of themselves.
I get
and
that.
put their best foot forward.
And I'm saying that all of those other things that you just mentioned, like the beard, it literally gets in the way. That's why I make sure it keeps trimmed. Also, I like to try to make it look good. But there is an actual functionality for me, whereas what is the functionality for a woman of, does it make their face feel better? Does it make that, I get the mental side of it, and I'm just saying the fact that it has to only be the mental side for them, for the appearance of somebody else, that sucks, because I know women who feel like they can't go out in public without makeup on, they just won't do it, and that's shitty.
Yeah.
To be able to,
but that's a different level of psychology for somebody.
but there's
who's
so
feeling,
many women. That's why I asked, because Chrissy,
I know there's so many, but we're looking at it's deciding whether or not the normalization of something is the problem, or if it's just part of the problem or something tangentially problematic. Like if people walk around already insecure, not happy with who they are.
But that's why I was asking, because Chrissy is a very confident individual. Like she has.
Fake it till you make it, you know?
But that's what I'm saying. But you present very confident. You are a successful businesswoman. You are physically fit and attractive. Like all of these things that should matter to being confident.
Yeah.
As an individual. So the fact that you still feel the need every day to wear makeup, like what is part of that? And I'm not trying to dive to your psychology super deep on this, and I realize it comes out that way.
I will tell you, part of it is that I look in the mirror and I feel like I look dead if I'm not wearing eyeliner. So at the very least, I'm wearing eyeliner. So
it's a look you've grown accustomed to.
Yeah, it's like when you look at your face, you're like, ugh, I look sleepy.
I also think too, just part of psychology is that people deal more positively with attractive people. I think everybody knows that. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking to boost your own confidence and be treated better in public in general when buying and trading and doing whatever you're kind of doing throughout your daily business, that's taking advantage of that psychology at that point.
Bro, you're talking to a dude whose entire career has people staring at him the entire time. I buy clothes and everything that I wouldn't give two shits about normally, that because it is about appearance.
It's
exactly.
About image.
Like people judge what I'm going to sound like while I'm setting up gear.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah. All the people come up to me and be like, ask for songs while I'm setting up. And they're like, yeah, you look like you would play. I'm like, what?
What do you mean? I look like I would play what?
Yeah, that happens all the time. And it's so funny to me because it so varies what their view of what they think I look like I'm about to play.
And I think that's the problem with the average person in general, is just jump into conclusions so easily and then voicing what they've come up with to somebody else. Like they're now kind of projecting that.
Yeah,
because they don't realize that's what they're doing.
You know what I get a lot?
No,
is people guessing my ethnicity. I am very racially ambiguous, and it's hard to just pinpoint exactly my ethnicity. And people just love to just like blatantly just tell me that I'm something random. Hawaiian.
What do you get?
I get Hawaiian all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All the time. I'm like, have you ever seen a Hawaiian?
Yeah.
I don't actually look like a Hawaiian.
No.
No, not
Samoan?
really.
You think she looks Samoan?
You ever seen a Samoan? I really don't look Samoan at all.
I'm not talking about Samoas, those delicious little coconut cookies from Girl Scouts.
I look like what people think Hawaiian people look like.
Right.
Based off of like movies and bullshit like that.
Yeah, because they're not Hawaiians who are actually playing those roles.
Because they don't actually know what a Hawaiian person looks like.
Yeah.
You know? And so like people I get all sorts of shit.
You could also be, most people are mixes. So you could be a mix of like, and Hawaiian be part of that mix.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That's why I'm like, that's
but I just think it's interesting that people like, literally want to voice. I get all sorts of Asians, all kinds of Asians. I got Russian one time, which made me laugh.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how they got there.
I can get the Asian. I'm trying to see like what would make people go to. I understand having some. Like,
I feel like you understand too much.
You just understand.
You don't get that how you can get Asian?
No.
Yeah, I get a lot of things.
Asian so this is my thing is like it's also not like I don't think you would be 100% Asian. But you could have some Asian in you.
Someone was trying
like Filipino.
Someone came up to me and was like, "Oh, I think it was like a show." She was like, "What tribe are you from?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, that you're Indian.
Yeah. And I was like, just standing behind the bar, and I was like, "What?"
So what are you?
I'm Cuban and Honduran.
I know and Honduran.
Honduran. My mom is Honduran. My dad is Cuban. Yeah, a little bit of German in there. My mom is part German, but mostly Cuban.
Cuban, Honduran. But I'm Mexican.
Yep.
But what makes up a Mexican is Native Indians to Mexico and Spaniards.
Yeah. Yeah, the Hondurans are Mayan Indians.
So you do have, you are
But
Indian.
she asked me what tribe I am. She's talking about a Native American Indian.
But what I'm saying, though, is you have that same, because I've gotten Indian before, too.
I'm not saying that any of these people are far off base. What I'm saying is it's weird that people feel like they need to tell me that.
Right.
Just like it's weird that you think like you look like you play a certain kind of music.
Yeah.
They're going to come tell you that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I get what you're saying.
Why do they need to come
I
tell
thought you
you
were
that?
saying it was weird that they make these
No,
really
how the hell
weird-
are they going to know? That's what I told you. I'm racially ambiguous. You can't look at me and just guess, right?
No, you can't.
Sometimes people are like, I want to guess what you are. I'm like, okay, go for it.
All right. Oh, this
Intrigue,
again.
maybe? Because how do you just walk up to somebody? What would be better? Would it be better or worse if they just walked up and be like, I can't tell what your ethnicity is. What are you?
Yeah, that's fine, actually.
Really?
Yes. I don't care about that. I also don't care if they guess. I just think it's funny that people will approach
I
me
think that's
and
a good
just be like, what
stance,
tribe are you? And I'm like,
yeah,
what are you talking about? I didn't
that.
even realize that she was like referring to my race.
Right.
I was like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a little weird. The tribe thing, I get. But
yeah, I think in these racially charged times, I think being able to have more of an open discourse about it is good. Like the fact that you're not offended if somebody asks what you are.
There's no offense taken ever, really. You can ask me, you can guess. I really don't care. I just think it's funny that people.
But I've seen videos where somebody legitimately nicely asks somebody what their ethnicity is, and they get offended.
That's
like
so stupid. It's not written on your forehead. How's anyone going to know?
Uh-huh.
There was a long video of some. I think she was Asian. On social media, this girl eventually got lit into by the public because she tried to just really shame this Uber driver who had said he was dating. I think he was dating a Korean girl, and he asked her. It's hard to differentiate, sometimes between where Asians are from. Like where are you from?
I feel like Asians are better at that than us.
But she wasn't. Oh, Asians are. Yeah. And so she just made a video like, I'm not comfortable in this Uber anymore. Because no, I was just curious. I'm dating a Korean girl, very, very nice.
Yeah.
And she just kept berating him and eventually got out and made more videos about how she didn't feel safe and was so racist. And like, at what point did it become racist to just be curious about somebody?
We're just talking. People are trying to get to know you.
People make videos like that for
just to get attention. Yeah. But how damaging is that to publicize somebody else at that point who was literally being nice and making conversation?
Yeah.
Like I get if he jumped to a conclusion, you must be from this, or said something like
all
Asians look alike.
What Asian are you? Yeah,
right. Or just all Asians look alike. I can't figure it out. Like if there's something as simple as that, sure, I could see how that would be definitely off-putting and inappropriate. But he came from a good place, and for somebody to not be able to get out of that realm,
I mean, I get that. I also have people who try to guess.
Yeah, you're also kind of racially ambiguous.
Yeah, 100%.
I get all the time too. People are like, "What are you, an idiot?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. How you guessed that? Nail on head there.
We're
really good about talking about sleep, which is what we're doing.
Yeah. I was going to bring it right back around with sometimes people who are looking for views online also need sleep. But
transitions with
you know
Mike.
what? Maybe she didn't get a good night's sleep. She was just feeling cranky.
That could be.
She was just cranky.
You need a new pillow.
Getting back, that's what I was going to say. Getting back in the
we went off. We were talking about a sleep routine. So anyway, you should have a sleep routine, gentlemen.
I think routines in general are important, whether it's your life or like we're talking about today is your sleep,
or like your routine of a podcast and talking about the things you need to talk about. Yeah,
yes,
I got it.
I don't think it has to be super complex or drastic. It's your thing. It's what gets you into the mindset, because mindset is crucial for everything, especially sleep. And anybody who doesn't think that that's true, think about the last time you tried to get to sleep and just really were trying to work it around your head to make yourself go to sleep.
It's very annoying how the brain does not want to just turn off.
Oh, my God, yeah.
So one of the things you can do to try to better your sleep and get yourself at a point is change a pillow. I had a pillow that I absolutely loved for the longest freaking time. Becky hated it because it was firm.
That sounds about right.
We have I need a firm mattress. My back hurt. I like a firm mattress, and it hurts her hips.
Now, you a back or side sleeper? Or
back.
Okay.
For the most part. I occasionally will find myself on the side. I'll even occasionally find myself on my stomach.
Awful. Can't breathe.
Yeah, I've tried that. I want to do that, but I can't stay there.
Can't breathe.
Yeah, I can.
Immediately can't breathe.
I'm just a sleeper. Like, I will just sleep. But I've noticed that if the mattress is comfortable enough, if I have a nice firm mat, I can be on my back and not move. Like, at all.
That's crazy. What is that life?
But when we were mattress shopping when we got married, is trying to figure out what works, because she can't sleep on her side because it hurts her hips.
I feel that. I wish that there was more places for my hips to go when I'm sideways.
Why don't you just dig a little dent in the bed?
Even when I'm on my back, sometimes, because the butt is there.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of the bed companies, and we'll get into these in a second, they make
they got like a squishier.
It's a little softer in the hip zone and a little softer in the shoulder zone to help with side
really?
sleepers. Yeah.
Bed science.
The Casper Wave was the first one I'd come across.
So what pillow are you using now?
Now I just use cheap pillows because I had that pillow that I absolutely loved, and it was like beads. It was like it never deflated.
Okay.
It was like the little teeny beads.
You had like a beanbag pillow,
sort of, but they were like it was like little tiny like pea, like not smaller than peas. Like it was like little, and I don't remember what it was, but it never got smaller.
Yeah,
Like it never got softer. It would stay in whatever shape you put it in. I love that pillow.
Oh, I don't like that.
¿Qué pasó to your pillow?
It was so gross because I had it for so long.
Dang.
And I refused to get rid of it, but it was so gross. Becky's like, that thing is disgusting.
Why didn't you wash it?
So
I don't know if you can wash that kind of bead.
Steam that or something.
Maybe. That's
Not
so funny
worth the
that you
effort.
had a pillow. Did Becky make you get rid of it?
I eventually got rid of it because I was like,
You could have cut it open, individually washed all the beads, put them back in, and sewed it back up.
My dad had a pillow growing up that was like this big square, and it was just like torn apart in the inside. Like the whole pillow was just like lumpy and bumpy and like torn. And he just loved this pillow. And I was like, dude, that is like sleeping on rocks. What is that?
Yeah. So, but now I just buy cheap pillows and just replace them. Like, cause
Fuck that.
I mean, so what we were talking about this before we started. You have a new pillow obsession.
Oh, the greatest pillow of all pillows. Now, I've gone through about $250 worth of pillows.
I've also gone through a lot of money in pillows, Michael. I feel you.
Because I struggle with finding just the right pillow. Is it the pillow or is it the bed? And then I got, a new bed, and then I got a topper for the bed, and I love those things. And honestly, I believe it is kind of a combination thing. Like if you have too soft of a bed,
yeah, man,
but too firm of a pillow, even though you generally like a firm pillow, but your body has sunk down now, so your head is even higher.
Yep,
that's fucking up your alignment right there. So I really do believe it's kind of a balance. And so I ended up buying the MyPillow 2.0, which was cool for a little bit, and that's the shredded foam inside.
Yeah, that I might like that better because I've had memory foam pillows.
Yeah.
That have like the contour and like you're supposed to have they're garbage. I'm like, this is sleeping on a contoured brick. Like this is worthless.
Well, it's definitely not the right foam.
There's no. I hate it.
So I went from that pillow to somewhat of a contoured one like that, but it was a newer contour which I hadn't seen. It had like the head indent in the middle, but then came up and then went down to like a little ramp for the neck.
See, the head indent with the ramp only works if you're on your back, and when you turn to your side, it's weird. I don't like it.
This one though was marketed for both sides.
Graveyard of pillows.
This one was marketed for side and back, and it was effective
That's why
for
I bought
on
it,
the
but
side.
I hated it on my side.
Oh, you had the one with like the little wings and the arm thing?
Because I don't want anything in front of my face.
I get that. I do
hate
get that.
So I end up having to sleep on like the edge of the pillow.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
So then I ended up getting the Ghost Bed pillow, which does have the memory foam core, not shredded, like the solid memory foam core. And it has like a transition material between the memory foam and then this vented setup with then the Ghost Ice thing. So less of your face is in contact with the memory foam, so it's not building up the heat. So I stayed cool with that pillow much, much longer.
Yo, temperature, we were going to talk about that a little bit more, but such a vital freaking piece.
And this one is marketed as medium firm, which I found out I really, really fucking enjoy. It's right in the middle, basically, of that super soft to super firm, diagram. Diagram?
No.
Not the right word
Not the
there.
word.
Paradigm. And so... So that's kind of the zone that I like, and I found I can sleep on my back with that pillow. I can sleep on my side with that pillow, and with the topper I put on my Casper mattress. It's just the right amount of sinking in for everything. Ooh, and I got a body pillow, which I get is kind of weird for a guy,
I don't think it's weird, Michael.
I appreciate that, but I've got broad shoulders, so if I'm on my side, I feel like my entire body is trying to fold.
Yeah, it does fold
into my sternum there, and that's so uncomfortable for me. So having a pillow in between my chest that I can rest that top arm on has just kept me in a much, much more comfortable alignment. And this pillow is just the tits.
Yeah, I literally have a graveyard of pillows. Like Doug has his little bed next to me, and then like next to his bed is this graveyard of pillows that all just become Doug's pillows. And so he just like he like melts out of his bed onto his graveyard of pillows that are just all the ones I've gone through. I like a very thin pillow. I don't know why, but I think I just don't like my neck to be like cranked up in any kind of way. So I like a thin pillow. So I've gone through like so many renditions of pillows. And really the pillow I'm using right now I stole from my mom's house. That I tried to buy the same pillow, but it wasn't as good or squishy, probably because it hasn't been worn in. So I stole this pillow from my mom. Thank you, Mom.
What is it? What is the pillow? I don't
fucking know. I did buy one. I could look it up, but it has like a very, very, very small contour. Actually, it has two sides, so you could flip it the other way and have a higher contour, but I don't fucks with the higher one. I like the lower one. But very, very, very mild like contour. It's pretty thin on that side, and it has a cooling part on it that's like cold. Like it's so cold. I said this to the boys earlier. It's so cold that sometimes I think it's wet.
Oh.
When I put my head on it.
Is it wet?
No, it's not wet.
But is it like damp?
No.
Because we're in such a warm
It is
climate.
none of those things.
No, not in your house.
It's just so
Do you not
cold
have air conditioning
when you
in your
first
house?
put your head on it. It's so nice.
Sometimes
Aaron will accidentally
Wait.
find himself touching my
Do
pillow.
you go to bed with your hair wet sometimes?
No, never. It makes
Then,
my scalp crazy. Also, man, try having hair when you're trying to fall asleep. My hair cannot be like touching
is that
my
a dig?
neck. Oh, sorry, Michael.
Yeah, on both of us.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you had hair, like I have to when I turn
Again.
every time I turn, which is like 1,000 times a night, I have to like rearrange my hair.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So I found I turn less with the body pillow.
Yeah, so I've been turning a lot less, but what I've been doing lately, which is just insanity, is that I have, of my graveyard pillows, I have two other flat pillows, and I put one on each side of me, and then I'm like in the middle of my two pillows.
Yeah, see, to me,
Aaron hates the pillow
I
in the
can't.
middle.
Yeah, I can't do I can't do the body pillow thing. It's a temperature thing. I get too hot. I can't be hot at all while I'm sleeping.
Yeah, being cold, and like I'm a very cold person. I hate being cold. If there wasn't an Aaron in my bed, I really don't know what I would do because like I warm myself on him a little. But there's something about being cold.
Oh, I like to go to bed cold.
Yeah, you can get all snuggly wuggly, and you can get all your covers on you.
I think there's a reason for that.
Yeah, okay, what is it, Michael?
Yeah, because as you get into your deeper cycles of sleep, your core temp actually drops. So I think your body is trying to tell yourself or tell you that we want to get to that cold state so we can be in deep sleep faster. So my sleep temp is 67 degrees, and I still want to get one of those.
Yeah, there's nothing
So
like
should you sleep in
waking
the
up and
ice
it's all
tub?
hot and sweaty. Ugh.
Oh, that's the worst. So you're gonna try and snooze while you're in the ice tub?
No, God, no.
Get that core temp down, put you right to
That's
sleep.
how you die.
What if you take a cold bathtub and then you go right into bed?
Maybe that would help, or maybe
You should try it for science.
the change in temperature would be too much to get into the warm bed when you're that cold.
But
Maybe.
I like that the bed is cold when I get into it. So our bedroom is the
I like
coldest
that
room in
too.
the house.
Yeah, because once you're encased in it, you start to heat up pretty quickly. So
that's
it's
what
nice
I
to have
use
that
Aaron
cold.
for, is to build the warmth a little and then
That's smart.
not let it out.
That's very
man,
smart.
when he lifts the comforters and lets all my warm out, I'm like, dude, my warm, man. I just worked so hard to build up my warm. You just let it all
They
out.
have a couple ways of even lowering that temp more that I've looked into. The bed jet is, I think, the cheapest option, but that puts that little vent up fairly quiet from what I've read, and it blows air in
I'm
at the
sure
right temp.
I would like the sound of it too.
Probably.
I'm a white noise kind of gal.
Same.
See, I don't like noise. It
At
has
all?
To
Would
be
you just
quiet.
like listen to your heartbeat?
This is what throws me off, though. It's like
Ugh.
any house is making noise. So it's
Yeah,
the
there is
other
noise.
those noises that I kind of want to drown out with a little more consistent noise.
Yeah,
so I can just.
I'm
I
like
don't need the
very,
noise.
very, very into my sound machine. So my sound machine is called Snooze. And if you're like me, I don't like regular sound machines because they have a loop in them. And my brain will pick up on the looped sound.
Yeah.
It's like the same sound over and over. And this sound machine is actually a fan on the inside that gets amplified. That sound gets amplified. And
Is that
so
the one with the slots that you can turn?
Yes.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the sound is like very realistic fan sound.
Yeah.
And that is I'm going to have that motherfucker a 9 out of 10. Crank it up. I don't want to hear anything.
All right.
Just my sound
see,
machine.
I
I'm the
also
lightest
don't have a
sleeper,
problem falling asleep. You seem to have a struggle with that part.
Oh, it's a big
if
struggle.
Yeah,
if
I'm
I
up
go
and-
to
I'm
go
up
to
and
sleep,
down on
I'm
that, yeah.
out. Like it does not.
It's
My mom used
amazing.
to say when I was a child, she's like, the hardest part was getting you to sit still. She goes, the minute you sat still, you were asleep. But
And
I
that's-
just like if I'm going, and I can go like I'm up doing this and blah, blah, and I'll just stay awake. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm kind of tired. Lay down, close my eyes, out.
Wow.
That
But-
was me until boot camp.
I can't get myself to lay down and do that because my brain's going until then.
I used to be a pretty good sleeper, I think, as a kid. Maybe
Because I can sleep on planes. I can sleep in cars.
I can sleep
I can sleep
anywhere. Can
anywhere.
you?
That
Yes.
just changed.
The only
can't do
difference,
any of
though,
that.
is what I need to
Sometimes
do
in
that
the
well.
car.
Yeah.
A good neck pillow. Yo, they're like there's one sitting right there, and there's one right there. I have
Like in
a
a
bunch of
seat
them.
situation, you need a good neck pillow.
Yeah, 'cause
Pillows
if
are
I'm
important,
sitting-
people.
Yeah,
Pillows really are important.
yeah.
Look, it sucks to spend a bunch of money on pillows, but like because that's a shitty thing. It's like it's hard to try a pillow. Like
It is.
maybe we should open a try a pillow store where you can come in and
That's
try all
also.
the
I
pillows.
mean,
sounds
honestly,
really
that's
gross
the good
and
thing about
disgusting.
Amazon. If
Yeah.
you try that pillow and it doesn't work, you send it back, not as advertised. Boom, they'll just take it right back.
Yeah, that's true.
Return policy. And now that Victor knows he can return on the UPS on
Yo,
Island.
what mind blowing is that? I had no idea that it's that easy to return something on
God, it's
Amazon.
so easy. They're like, here's a QR code. Just take the item to the UPS.
And they
They'll do
package it
everything.
for you,
They
Yeah.
package it for you.
Pretty cool.
bro. I might just be buying stuff to return just so I can return it.
Yeah,
that's good.
That.
You should build up your return tolerance,
Right.
because I feel like you have a fear of returns.
I do have a fear
low
of
return
returns.
tolerance.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I'm going to bust that shaver open after
okay.
we're done.
All right.
That's my plan.
Let's just do it while we're doing it. It's efficient.
Yeah, because the buzz might be a little much for everybody else.
Yeah, but you don't know. It could be super quiet. Whisper quiet.
I doubt it.
So pillows are important.
Yes.
Mattresses are also important.
Oh, yeah.
That's another one that's hard because it's a bigger investment than a pillow. And
So
it's so hard to be like, figure out what you're into.
Yeah.
Especially because you have to go to the store and sleep there for the
Negative.
night in order for that to...
Negative. So there's a balance to it. Yes, if you have the money to invest in a really, really nice mattress, you have a higher chance of finding something that's just going to be absolutely delightful. I'm not quite there where I'm willing to drop $3,000 on a mattress, even though I know I'd love to be able to do that.
That's a lot of money.
Granted,
For
you
a
spend
10-year
most
investment,
of your life
10
in
plus,
your bed.
Yeah, it's a big chunk of your time.
It is.
It's sleep is important. It plays into your recovery. It plays into how you just operate on a day-to-day, how you're going to feel the next day. Like, it's weird to think that you're going to... Look, it's hard to be like, I'm going to wake up and just jump out of bed and feel energized. And, like, you're just probably not ever going to do that, But...
You feel better.
Once you wake up and get going, you're going to feel a lot better.
And I tell you what, when I changed up my pillow stitch and got that topper for my bed, like I woke up with none of that like tightness in the lower back and neck issues. Like it makes a huge fucking difference. And a $3,000 mattress is $300 or less a year that you've invested in really, really quality sleep. And so don't get me wrong, I want to get to that point. But if you're looking more bargain-wise, they have a tremendous amount of competing online companies.
Yeah, there's so many
but they'll send you
now.
the mattress to try. And I've seen anywhere from 120 days up to 365 days.
Yeah, but they do that because you won't return
trying.
it.
False.
I'm saying you, maybe.
I have too.
Maybe you guys
No,
specifically.
they make
but
it
most
easy.
people don't do that.
They make it
if
easy.
they order it, they're like, I don't want to go through the hassle.
Yeah.
That's why all these return policies exist because of that.
Generally, I would say so. But for these bed companies, they make it super easy. They have a concierge that you call that will set it up for somewhere local to drop it off. And the next one could already be on its way at that point to try.
You both said that you've returned mattresses.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I didn't like it enough.
But why? So that's not a good enough answer.
Yeah,
for me
and
for right now.
honestly, I feel like before now, that was the only answer I could give you. Like, I got nothing. You know what I mean? But once you dig deeper and start to figure out the minutia of what you really do like and the differences between mattresses and
Were you
pillows
not
and things
sleeping
like
as
that.
well on it? Did you wake up tired? Did you not feel comfortable? Like,
It's
why?
mostly a comfort thing and how quickly I fall asleep and whether or not I had to kind of toss and turn to search out that comfort. So for me personally, I like a full medium firm setup from pillow to mattress. And so if my mattress is a little firm, the bargain way of creating more of a medium scenario is by getting a decent gel
Mattress
memory
topper.
foam topper. Yeah. So I like a
feel
good
like
2 to 3 inches of topper on top of that.
If you're doing a topper, though, shouldn't you just gotten a different mattress? Because
So
now you're
that's a
completely
scenario.
defeating the
That's
purpose
kind
of
of
that
a
mattress.
scenario that I have also been in, right? So what I have returned is actually like a 4-inch mattress topper, and the company that I bought it from is like, "That's cool. Donate it. Prove to me you donated it. Get your money back."
Yeah.
That's how it works. So I just donated it to a local women's shelter, and then they gave me the receipt of that, and then I sent it to them, and that's it. They sent my money back. So that was cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And I returned it because Aaron didn't like it. But I think really the main problem was the mattress that we had been using.
That's what I mean. So mattress toppers are only as effective
But-
as a mattress.
I think there's a balance because if you look at, like, say, for example, I have the Casper. And I love the Casper bed on front end.
Mattress
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
mattress. No,
mattress.
Oh.
Casper mattress. So it has a few different layers in there of base to softer stuff. And then if you look at Casper's more luxury line, well, they have a few more layers in that whole mattress with some nicer, softer stuff up top and whatever. So essentially what I did is I turned that Casper mattress into a luxury Casper mattress by putting a little bit softer stuff on top. The base is still quality. And working its way up to the softer stuff, still quality. I still need a little bit of extra soft stuff at that point. So now I've spent a total of $600 on that mattress, and I'm getting the sleep and comfort I want without spending $2,000 to $3,000 yet on a mattress that would be all in one. So yes, it would be nicer just to buy it all in one and not have to worry about that, but that's just not where I was.
So what you're using a topper as a cheat code to spend less money.
So what we did is
to dial into where my comfort level is.
Nectar mattress, I think, if I remember correctly. It is one of those, foam mattresses that bed in a box situations. It was all right for a little while, but I think the foam mattresses just kind of get mushed over time. And the mattress that we had once back in the day that we really liked was a springed mattress that had a big ass soft pillow top on it. So what I ended up doing was buying a spring mattress with a very minimal pillow top on it from Serta, and it's flippable. So it has two sides. It has a pillow top on both sides, and I bought that, and then I put a latex topper on top of it.
Oh.
I'm very into my latex.
Latex topper?
Super into the latex topper. It was really, really nice. They're pretty cheap as far as, an investment is there.
Now, I don't know if you're going to know this, but what's the difference between a latex topper or memory foam? Like what?
It's the material. Latex is there's like two different types of.
But what's
from the rubber plant?
So what I like about it is that
what's it supposed to be?
The foam doesn't seem to degrade and get squishy and stay squished like I've noticed with other foams. And the only reason I know this is my parents have a solid latex mattress that they've gotten like 100 million years ago. I really don't remember when they got it, but it is still to this day delicious goodness. And so it's really held up. This little mattress topper I'm really liking. I might get a full latex mattress next.
How long are mattresses supposed to last? Anybody?
I have heard 7 years or something.
I
8
have
years?
heard
like that.
10 plus years.
So, according to, this is eachnight.com, take this for what it is, it says a spring mattress is 7 to 8 years.
Oh, okay.
So there's your 7. A memory foam is 10 years.
Oh, my God.
I don't believe that.
Why?
Because I've had them and I hated them after 2 years.
Huh.
What did you hate?
Well, I guess they're memory foam, right? Are like Nectar mattresses memory foam? There are kinds of foam.
Part of them is memory foam, and some of the foam is a base foam.
Yeah. What? This foam.
What did you hate?
It gets saggy.
Yeah, they do. Well, all of them soften.
They get mushed. That's why I like latex. It doesn't really do that.
That's why they said when I went
into that with like a good memory foam mattress, though. So I don't know if there's a difference in because there is a difference in the memory foam density from the place that you buy.
Yeah.
When we
the cheaper ones have
memory foam shopping for the one that we currently have when we got married 10 years ago. Everybody that was selling us memory foam said, whatever you get now, it's going to get a little bit softer after you break it in. That's just the nature of it.
Right.
So that doesn't shock me that gets these. But my problem with that is, how do you adjust and try to purchase one that it's going to degrade just to the right level?
So
you know what I mean?
And what the way I would approach that, since it shouldn't be a drastic change, you find the range that you enjoy. Like if you like super soft, call it a 1 to a 4, then you would buy on the edge of buy it around a 3 to a 4, so that you know it's going to soften up into your range. And since I like medium, at that point I would probably buy it closer to the firm-ish range of that, but still somewhat soft, so I know it's going to sink down and I'm still going to really enjoy it.
But that explains to me why after 2 years you get rid of them, is because you're buying them how you like them
within the range you like them.
And then they drop
I've
out
always
of it.
bought them online too, so it's not like I'm like getting to try them.
That sucks too. That hard.
Sucks, yeah.
That does.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You just you have to commit to the trying and getting rid of.
Also lasts longer.
Latex?
There's to be 15. According
That's what
to
I'm
this,
telling you, they last
15
forever.
years. I've never even heard of a latex mattress.
They were popular, and then I think they were they're expensive. They're expensive and they're heavy.
Yeah.
And so I think it was just like not realistic to like produce them, and so they kind of fell out of that.
What does a
being
standard
popular.
memory foam mattress go for? When we got ours, I think we spent 15.
So that sounds about
I ended up buying my original Casper
when
I
got one
was
for like
married.
$1,000 or something.
With the frame, the mattress, I think, and a pillow along with it.
Yeah,
It was
but
like
Casper's
$1,600.
Yeah, something that feels about right.
Isn't
Something like
Casper
that.
like super cheap now? Like they're like that was the whole idea.
Every
with
one of
Casper,
them has like a
supposedly-
baseline affordable mattress that's under a
But
grand.
then they have better ones.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
they all have like their luxury.
So yeah, about
line or
$1,500
whatever.
is a memory foam. So if that's how much a standard memory foam goes for, are they in that range? What's a late? I don't have. I have zero
I don't know.
idea.
Let me look really fast because I
Probably
bought the
closer to
topper
2,000 to
because I was like,
3,000
I
range
don't
there.
know what my commitment level is going to be here.
What's a hybrid bed?
Hybrid has it has like a memory foam or stiffer base foam On top of that, you have the individually wrapped, they call them IntelliCoils or whatever. Different brands call them different things. So you have a tremendous amount of springs that are individually wrapped, and then you have a foam transition layer above that.
So apparently those
Hold on. I know. So you still have a foam layer that goes over those, so you don't feel them doing their adjusting thing. And then you have the typical cooling memory foam and transition foam and super soft foam layer. On top
so
of all of that.
So why would those degrade quicker than just springs?
It's probably...
It said those degrade faster?
Hybrid beds are 6 years.
Maybe because they don't have as much foam, and so when the foam gets squishy, it gets shitty.
That's interesting.
Apparently, the latex mattresses now are not super bad, so you can get a king for like $15.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I don't know. It depends on how convoluted
we should only
you
really
want to
talk
get,
about king because that's the only size bed you should ever.
I've never ever owned a king bed in my life.
Oh my god!
Not even your marital bed?
It's a queen.
Oh my god!
Where do you
buy
put
like
your
a queen,
dog?
live like a queen. That's what I always say.
When we first were together, we used to share a full bed.
Oh my god!
Oh, no.
I can't survive.
And we were
in a
like,
full
"This
bed.
is fine." Like people were like, people were like, because we would find out when we were in bed shop, and we're like, "I think we're gonna upgrade." They're like, "What are you?" The one guy made me laugh. He's like, "What are you guys in now?" We're like, "We're in a full." He's like, "Wow, you guys must really like each other." We were like, "What are you talking?" And then we got the queen, and we were like, "Oh,
cool,
So
cool,
then
cool,
what do you think
cool.
happens when you get a king?
That's amazing.
I mean, well, I thought a king's only it's just longer. It's not wider.
Negative.
No, it's wider.
Is it wider?
California king is actually longer and skinnier.
Yes. Than a typical king, not a
king.
queen.
Yeah, but queens are just smaller all around. Otherwise, you could probably use no, maybe not.
Oh, gross.
But yeah, Aaron likes to laugh at me because we have this king size bed and he still ends up on like 12 inches on one side.
Yeah, that was me. I was always on the edge.
I'm not.
I've literally fallen
he
out of
runs
bed
from
because
me
Becky's knocking
because
me out
I'm
of bed.
chasing him. I'm chasing his heat.
Yes,
with your
Yeah.
icicle feet.
Yeah, and so then he's running away. I'm like, it's not my fault. You're all the way over there.
yes, it is actually.
You could be all the way over here and just warm me up.
Yeah.
So that pillow in the middle is starting to sound real good, isn't it?
Yeah, right. He's had a lot more better probably since the pillow in the middle.
I'm going to send him the link to the body pillow I got. It is a bed barrier.
Don't come on my side. I always try to tell him that he's only gets 1/4 of the bed. And the other 3/4 are mine, but he likes to say he's supposed to get half. I don't know.
I want to get like a Texas or a Montana king or an Alaskan king.
Oh my god, those are
seen
cool.
those things?
Yeah.
No.
I think I would have like 28 dogs if I had a giant mattress like that.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. You got to fill it up with something.
They end up being like 2 or 3 times the size of a full king
Where do you
bed.
get sheets for that shit?
You make
in
internet.
Texas,
The internet.
or
In
Montana,
Texas.
or Alaska,
The internet.
or the internet.
Or the internet. Yeah, so mattresses are important, pillows are important, sleep temperature, hella
Yeah.
important.
And so
which is hard.
They're
I guess
coming
that
up.
one's
They're
kinda
coming
hard
up
to
with
do,
stuff.
but-
So I mentioned the bed jet, which is like I said, it's a fan and a vent, and it pipes in the air that you want, either between the bed and sheet, or between the sheet and the comforter. You can kind of place it where you want.
Yeah.
And there's also the one that I've seen advertised is whether it matters to you or not. I think Elon Musk had said this was the greatest thing, whatever. Anyways, it's called the Sleep 8, and it's a cover for your current mattress.
I've seen this.
And it has like its own little control module, whatever, and you can zone and you can heat one side and cool the other. You can put it to the exact temperature that you want. And so it takes care of your
I looked very into this for a long time. And I ended up not pulling the trigger on it because some people were like, you can kind of feel like the wires and shit in it. And it's like if you put a topper on it, then it kind of eliminates its purpose.
I wonder if that would really eliminate its purpose. So
Like
you still have cool air piping
you
up
can't
in.
really feel the cold or the hot as well. And I was like, man, I don't know, but I really like the idea.
Yeah. Oh, the idea is fantastic.
So I looked up dimensions of beds. They're the same length. A queen and a standard king
Yeah, but the length is
that
less
makes sense.
are
important.
both the same length. The width
is what we're here for.
dramatically different.
Oh, absolutely.
What are your guesses? How much of a difference?
I'd say probably 12 inches.
I was going to say at least 12 inches. Let me think.
Okay. There's also an Olympic queen.
An Olympic queen?
Yeah,
What does that
that's for
mean?
Olympians, but it's still not as big as a king.
Is it super long or something?
It is just as long. It's in between a
king?
standard queen and a king.
That seems stupid.
That's so stupid.
That's dumb. Just get a king.
Why don't you just get a king?
So we're saying 12 inches.
It is 16
16 inches. Yeah, yeah, it's
on
significant.
the width. That's
Yeah.
a big difference.
Yeah.
So I think
it's a difference.
your standard king is, what is it, like 80 or 82?
80 or 82. That's about right.
And then
And
your
what's a California
California is going to be 78, I believe.
It's longer, but it's skinnier.
Yeah. So that's like 78 by 84, and a regular king is like 82 by 82. I think it's a square.
It's not a square.
Pretty sure it's a square.
I'm pretty sure your numbers are not accurate at all.
At all?
I mean, you're in the range.
Yeah, then you can't say at all.
Give us some numbers here, Victor.
So a standard queen. Pretty.
I wasn't even talking about queens.
I'm saying I'm talking about queens. Standard queen length is 80, width is 60.
Ugh,
gross,
garbage.
Yeah.
Might as well sleep the other way.
Yeah, right.
The Olympic queen is still 80 length.
Uh-huh.
It's 66, so it's 6 inches wider.
Okay.
A king is still 80 length, 76 width. That's a king bed.
Oh.
Okay.
So the California goes down to 72. It's 4 inches total that you're losing.
Yes. But it's 4 inches longer.
Yeah.
That's for tall people.
Yeah.
We don't have that problem.
Or people who are afraid of walls.
Sure, wall people.
Yeah. Then you slide down away from the wall and you have more footroom.
Okay.
How about a full bed is actually shorter?
That makes sense. It's for
It's full of garbage.
people who
Full
don't realize you need a king.
twin and a full are 75.
A twin and a full.
Well, they also have XL
a
twins.
full and a.
Yeah, the XL twin is an 80.
It's kind of long, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a standard length.
It's for
Isn't
somebody
a
who just wants to
full
torture themselves.
and what's the difference between a full and a queen?
So a full is 75 by 55.
Okay.
A queen is 80 by 60, so it's 5 inches
5 inches
all
on
around.
each side.
So it's bigger. The difference is the queen is bigger.
A full is technically a bed for 2 people,
Yeah, you can
by technical terms.
you can stuff your technically in a sack, Missy.
I'm just saying.
It's just I'm out.
So the mattress matters.
I would rather
How many people
my
have
king
ignored
mattress
their
take up
mattress, though?
90%
Oh, I'm sure
of
a
my
lot of
room
people. It's
than get
expensive.
a smaller mattress.
And it's a pain in the dick. You got to get it out of there. Hopefully, you
Mattresses
get
are
someone
a
where
pain to move. They're
where
so
they will, like-
bulky.
I
It's
don't
not
mind
even
them that
necessarily
much.
about weight. It's not even-
nowadays, if you get a nice mattress, like or a new mattress delivered,
They're
that
all
isn't
rolled up in a nice
isn't a
box.
box. Like
Yeah.
ours was not in a box.
Yeah, but once you get
And
it
they
out
took
of the
our old
box,
mattress, which is nice.
Oh, that's right. He was in a spring.
Yeah, he's a springman.
to get rid of it, then once it's out of the box, it's not like you're putting it back in that box. to
Oh,
get rid
I'll
of
put it
Yeah.
right back in that box.
I honestly,
You give
there
me
should
12
be a
people,
video.
I'll get that roll right back.
Yeah.
There should be a video of us trying to get one of them mattresses back in a box.
So
yeah, don't
I
it's
think
possible.
honestly the key to that, because you realize when they get the delivered, they're in a vacuum packed
Yeah, we
plastic
gotta
bag.
vacuum it
You'd have
back.
to get a big enough bag that they use to vacuum pack those things and then vacuum pack the shit out of it, roll it up.
Yeah, it's a big bet.
I never thought about that till this second.
Because yeah. So I get it. I completely understand how you don't switch mattresses out, but it's such a vital piece.
It's huge.
And the temperature thing for me is such a vital piece. I mean, I guess find the things that matter to you. For me, I never used to be able to sleep if I didn't have a blanket. I had to have
Why
something.
would you sleep without a
covering-
blanket?
'Cause
Was
I-
somebody torturing you
hot
too?
all the time?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I need to have some covering.
Yeah,
Whether
I-
it's temperature
It
or
has to
not,
be-
I need to be
I
covered.
agree.
So
Yeah,
I
that's
would
why
li-
it sucks to be hot.
That's how ghosts can get to you if you don't have.
exactly. That is exactly right.
Yeah.
You have to cover your.
It
have to
just
cover your-
has to cover a leg. That's what I need. I need a sheet on one of my legs at minimum.
Well, then how do you keep the ghost off of your special no-no place?
Agreed, Michael.
So I don't believe
Yeah,
in ghosts.
I need to be okay. What about the boogeyman?
Oh, yeah, well played.
What about the monsters under the bed?
Played. Well played. Yeah, I don't believe in those things, so that doesn't bother me.
Okay, but what about the darkness? Yeah, I don't know. I also like to be covered, and that's why it's like infuriating if
Yeah.
it's like not the right temperature in
Like,
there.
so I've recently been sleeping because now I think a lot of it too has to do with weight. Now that I've lost weight, I'm cooler in general.
Yep.
So I can sleep in I was sleeping in underwear. Like, that's it.
That's what I say.
That's all I could sleep in.
I don't want clothing. Shirts they got wrinkles and they get in the way. I'm not
I
into
said
that.
I slept in nothing for the longest time, but then I found on the nights that like I did get a little hot, then I'm sweating, and then my whole bed is soaked. So I started sleeping in comfortable, decent fitting t-shirt and either boxers or loose cotton shorts. So now I'm absorbing moisture. I'll still go back and forth every once in a while, but
I can do a t-shirt, and since Mike has turned me on to joggers, I can do the like yoga panty jogger things.
Yoga panties.
yoga panties.
Guys,
We
everyone,
should market
Victor
that.
sleeps
Yeah.
in yoga panties.
panties.
Write that down.
That's basically a thong, so the lines don't show in your yoga pants.
That's important.
100%. That's what I'm rocking.
Yeah.
No.
In bed.
I literally just pictured that.
bed.
That's
Don't.
on me. That's on me, guys.
I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
Thanks.
Yeah, but sleeping whenever you're comfortable. Something else that I've noticed is like I have definitely tried to go to bed gross. Like I done something that day and I should shower and I didn't.
I'll wash the sheets tomorrow.
And then I feel sticky.
Yeah.
And I don't sleep good if I feel sticky either. It's probably worth just jumping in the shower, and.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it, but
I just hate when my hair is wet. It's not wet my hair. It's a convoluted situation.
Do you have a shower cap?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. I do. I actually have a really good shower cap.
Well, boom.
Really
just picture you in a shower cap.
Yeah.
Stop picturing people, Mike. That's getting creepy.
It really is, isn't it? I'm sorry. That was totally PG. Like, just a picture. Just a shower cap.
I'm fully dressed wearing a shower cap.
Just
It's
a
the
shower
thing that I do around the house.
Like, what does Chrissy look like with a shower cap?
Yeah. I like a good shower cap. The shower cap that I have. So what I hate about shower caps is that they generally have that elastic band around the whole head and it gets on your forehead.
Yeah.
This shower cap it's like flat on the front. There's no elastic on the front and it's only in the back. Duh, that doesn't make perfect sense. Why are there shower caps like that?
Absolutely.
So I'm really into that shower cap.
Okay. I don't think I've ever worn a shower cap in my life.
Is it because you don't want to get your hairs wet?
I have put one on as a joke. That's all I've done.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Put one on as a
my
joke.
daughter, the women in the house, they use them. My daughter and my wife use them.
I honestly, now that I've shaved the sides of my head, I have not worn my shower cap in ages because I just like.
You just put your hair up at that point.
I just put my hair up and try not to wet it. And if I get it wet, it's only like on the base, on the sides of my head, dry.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. All right, we're yawning again. I think that means it's time for me to take a snooze and kick you guys out so I can snooze. That's not even true because
Sing
I have
a
to
lullaby and we'll put you
I have
to
stuff
bed.
to do. Oh, man, don't even tease me with a good time. So we appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening for another episode. Go out and find out what you need to get that good quality sleep because it matters. I 100% notice a difference in my appetite when I don't sleep enough. I'm always hungry when I'm tired.
Me too. When I'm tired,
it's your ghrelin gremlins, people.
Oh, my ghrelin gremlins.
Yeah, that's your hunger hormone. Comes up when you're stressed.
100%. And if I don't sleep, I'm hungry. Right. If I sleep, I just don't eat. Like it's just a subconscious thing. I notice that I'm not like the next day. I'm like I wasn't as hungry, and I'm like, oh yeah, I slept. Yeah, that's right.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's
leptin
wild.
levels rise.
Yeah, guys, if you have questions about mattresses or pillows, or you want to tell me about an amazing pillow that you might have that I'm gonna like,
oh yes,
I already told you about an amazing pillow. But that's fine.
Please share.
Please share so she can add it to her graveyard.
I need to add more pillows to my graveyard.
Yeah.
Let us know. Hit us up on socials as you do. And if it's your first time listening, thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe because we
like that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's important in this
we
world.
We thrive on it.
Right.
So we appreciate you.
Yep.
Until next week.
Bye.
We'll pump out some of Victor's yoga panties.
Yoga panties. Everyone sleep in your yoga panties.
I hate you both.